Hello everybody and welcome to the last case of John Morley, where we'll be exploring shadowed places long forgotten by time and piece together crime scenes in a narrative adventure steeped in mystery, unexpected twists, and a truth buried for decades. I would like to thank Indigo Studios though for supplying me with an early Steam key for the game, so I hope you all enjoy. In the depths of darkness, he awoke with a start, heart pounding in his chest, the cold earth beneath him unfamiliar and damp. Darkness surrounded him, thick and oppressive, the kind that swallowed every sound except his own ragged breath. He tried to gather his thoughts. They were scattered, lost in the fog of confusion and fear. Where was he? How had he gotten here? His legs trembled as he forced himself to stand, the weight of an unknown terror pressing down on him. Somewhere in the depths of the trees, he could hear it. Something was following him. Sounds like a rough time to be, I'm assuming, John Morley. Time buries all truth beneath shadows, but the past always has a way of clawing its way back to the surface, demanding to be heard, no matter the cost. Well, I'm sure there's a mystery in the forest, right? Ugh, whoa.
Where am I?
It's a higher sensitivity on the mouse than I would have thought. Yeah, where am I indeed? Due to the...
I know it's following me. I can feel it.
I'm sorry, what? I don't like somebody saying that. What's following me? I do hear, I think it's my own footsteps. Also, I can't pick that up. I can't sprint. Yeah, I think it's my own footsteps.
I shouldn't have taken such a risk.
I knew I shouldn't have inhaled whatever that was. The shadowy kind of gray just makes me feel like this is all a dream. It has to be a dream, right? I hope it's a dream. Just been dropped in the middle of the woods. We have to keep going this way.
That sound. It's coming from the river.
So am I going to the river? Because it feels that way. Yes, I am. I don't suppose, I just follow the river. That's a good place to start. Not ominous at all. It's fun.
If it catches me, it will show no mercy.
I don't know what's trying to catch me. I don't know if I should be sprinting. Should I be crouching? I can't crouch. Stealth is not an option here. Just speed. Speed and efficiency.
I know it's hidden somewhere in this forest.
What's hidden? The thing trying to kill me?
I should be able to see its light soon.
Okay, we have a building.
Last, I can gather my strength and plan how to face that monstrous thing.
Yeah, this... I think the monstrous thing was in the building. I wasn't being followed at all. I just ran right into it. It still gives the heavy impression of a dream. Last day in the hospital, the piercing light of the morning sun stirred John from his restless sleep. For months, strange nightmares had plagued him, and even the strongest sedatives couldn't dull the weird visions that haunted his mind. Exactly. See, it was just visions. Another day in this wretched hospital. His wounds still ached, but he felt no regret. Despite the accident, he brought the culprit of those ghastly crimes to justice. After all, isn't that the duty of any good private detective?
The name's John Morley. private detective, and today is a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite tortures at the hands of those blasted nurses, and being pumped full of enough medicine to fell an ox, today I'm finally...
Yeah, I was just in a
Who would have
medicinal
thought
coma.
The case of the Red Shoes murder would end the way it did? A stormy night, soaked to the skin, wrestling that brainless killer on a rooftop. Then a slip and a 5-story plunge.
It appears you're awake at last. We had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a while longer.
It was due to
I
the
bring you good
drugs.
news. The latest test results are favourable, and the doctor has authorised your discharge. You are now officially ready to go. I have placed your belongings on the table. Oh, and a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
Nightmares, results and discharge, belongings, clothes, and the woman. I don't know if I can ask all these questions, so let's start with the clothes and the woman.
A woman brought my clothes from the dry cleaner.
That seems extremely
Was
useful.
it Penny?
I couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled.
Okay, so we can ask every question.
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your nightmares.
But did I have the nightmares before this? Or was it just caused because of the hospital?
So I'm better now.
Yes, you are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life.
I don't know about that. It doesn't feel that way.
My belongings? I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins we kept for safekeeping. They are in the box on the table.
They stole my coins. My valuable
Now,
coins.
if you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
I mean, there's a very good chance they could have robbed me. Medicinal discharge. Patient number 5567, room 27, date 3rd of February 1945. Subject, discharge resolution report, pending Dr. A. Forner. Final review and conclusions. The patient has demonstrated satisfactory improvement in all pre-operative objectives. The surgical procedure conducted under protocol ETD 03 has been deemed successful in all respects. Upon completion of final tests and provided that the patient reports feeling physically and mentally prepared, medical discharge is advised. No post-operative complications are anticipated at this time. Continued observation during recovery is recommended to ensure patient stability. I'm not stable at all.
That's me, the Bloodhound Morley.
I know my own name, even if it was written on a very, grungy piece of cardstock paper.
Story of my life. Nearly broke.
I have 75 cents in my
Finally, it's
name.
nearly noon. I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares.
I mean, generally when you're passed
I'll
out.
get dressed. The hospital gown that ties in the back doesn't exactly scream professional. There's notes from Penny, my secretary. She must have left it here a few days ago while I was still under observation.
John, I'm awfully sorry, but I just can't keep going like this. You've been laid up in that hospital for ages, and I've been left skint, with no wages coming in for months now. Months now? How long was I out? I mean, I fell off of a building, but months? I feel like you're just dead at that point. You're a goner. Before, with the state you were in, I couldn't bring myself to say anything. I thought it best to let you get better in peace, but the other day, Dr. Forner rang and said they were finally going to let you out. So I figured it was time to tell you I haven't been to the office in a month. And believe me, I'll miss Hawthorne Street and that old moldy brick building of ours. I've got to move on, and you know, even before the accident, you still owed me 3 months' pay. Peter and I are planning to get married, and I need some stability. Hope you understand. I've left my key under the doormat. Paid the water and electric bills. So those are in your hands now. Goodbye, John. I wish you all the luck in the world. P.S. A few days ago, an older woman came by asking for you. I told her you might be back in the office this afternoon. She seemed quite eager to have a word with you, Penny.
Damn it, Penny. I don't blame her, though. I'm a right mess. I've managed to lose the only two things that kept me grounded. Her sound advice, always spot on, and the faint hope that she might dump Peter in rainy and overcast. Typical line.
I did not mean to cut him off, but his life's a mess.
So the mystery woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny after all. Seems she's still got a soft spot for me. Could there be a chance I might win her over?
I don't know. It sounds like she's pretty much gone.
Blimey, what a fool I took onto that rain-soaked pavement. And to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But, well, that's all water under the bridge now. Quite literally.
This is just the same note as that. Okay. So here's my coat. I guess this is my clothes, so...
These do a fine job of hiding any belly. Can't complain about that.
We have a coat, or no, that was pants, shirt,
Pristine.
coat.
Shoulders, nicely padded. Gives off an air of authority. Keeps the crooks wary and catches the ladies' eyes. I should get myself a pair of derbies. Or brogues. They're much more comfortable. Besides, if I slipped, it was because of those damned hard soles. I usually use the Windsor knot.
And we just take our jacket and hat.
Fedora hat. Every detective's must have.
I'm out of here. Clearly, I am the most stable.
I'd better hurry up. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this afternoon. And with the way things are going, I can't afford to let that slip away.
We cannot engage in any conversation. I
Right,
suppose we
let's
are.
get moving.
Yeah, we're
Today
kind of
was
in a
the
rush.
First day of the rest of my life.
John Morley's office, at last back to the streets and the cold comforts of foggy old London. The chimneys filled the air with the familiar tang of coal dust, while the rhythmic hum of the small industries in Whitechapel, Stepney, and Southwark rang in his ears like a symphony. Soon he'd be seated in his cluttered dusty office once more, ready for the next case, perhaps finished off some forgotten bottle of whiskey tucked away in a drawer, and mourning the irreplaceable loss of his assistant, Penny. I mean, again, we've been out for months. It feels
Back again.
logical.
Feels like stepping into a forgotten paradise.
Honestly, I'm surprised she paid the bills.
Everything has got that same old charm, and yet feels oddly new. This hospital stint's given me a bit of a new outlook. Maybe I'll take it a shade easier from now on, sticking to cases that don't demand a trip to the morgue.
Maybe I'll stop falling off buildings. Though I make
Here they are,
no promises.
Penny's keys, just like it says in her note.
A rusty old key. I'm just gonna leave the door wide open.
My files. Cases, clients, debts. Too many debts. Far too many.
I mean, it's a nice office. I mean, it's got everything you need. 2 desks. A typewriter.
I ought
Is
to
that
give
me?
her a ring. And try to sweet talk her into coming back. If this new client brings in some decent dough, maybe I could settle what I owe her and use a little charm to win her over.
I mean, that client would have to be paying a lot.
So this is Peter. That smug grin's
Oh.
punch me written all over it.
That's right, this is her desk. Interesting that she just left her
The
stuff.
murder weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that one.
Solve the case of the spurned mistress. Is that me on the ground? As if so, I'm doing pretty well. The London Gazette, Detective John Morley has solved the Intricate case of the jade mask. It sounds like I'm kind of a big deal. I mean, I'm not even a washed up private eye. Like, I've got some stuff under my belt.
The missed it. The slant on the letter E. That's what gave away the typist in the black letters case. The umbrella with a bullet hole. Souvenir from the marksman case.
There's the black letters case he was talking about.
Nearly lost my hat on that one.
Discovers the truth behind Widow's staircase. Yeah,
This
what a
case
big
is
deal.
worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab. This one's a favorite. The jealous lover solved everything with a few blows from an ashtray. Brutal, but effective.
It does look like a very well-made ashtray. Well, what do we got here? My shoes.
The case of the red shoes murder. One of the most complicated
I don't know,
I've
they look kind
faced.
of brown to me.
Finally. Case closed.
Well, I guess,
My desk.
just gonna
Strangely
sit
tidy.
here and wait.
Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must have wanted to leave everything spick and span before she walked out on me.
It's not very spick and
Another
span.
one of my cards. But this one has my last name circled.
I mean, they're clearly looking for me, right? I can't reach that.
Amazing how this little gadget can reveal the devil in the details.
Apparently, there's nothing in that drawer. Can't even look into
The
it.
drawer. It's locked. But there doesn't seem to be a keyhole.
I'm locked out of my own desk. Oh. Yeah. I just need to spell Morley, right? What a weird... strangely placed letters, but, what a weird drawer.
The Scarlet Page. I trust Penny didn't go snooping through my things.
I'm
while I was
zooming
away.
in. Oh.
Oh, my apologies, madam. I didn't hear you come in. I was a bit distracted.
I nearly died, you see.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morley. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as promised.
My apologies. I was rather engrossed and didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe
On the
honor
account of
this
me almost
meeting?
dying.
Lady Margaret
Being a hero.
Fordside,
That is.
the 4th Countess of Bloomsbury.
Lady Margaret, could you tell me what brings you here today? How can I assist you?
I shall endeavor to be as candid as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally murdered. It happened at our family estate, Bloomsbury Manor. Someone slipped into the house unnoticed, and upon reaching her room, delivered 5 fatal stab wounds to her chest, lungs, and heart. The police, eager to close the case, hastily blamed and condemned 2 violent thieves who clearly had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was closed, and justice was never served.
I mean, 20 years,
I'm
though.
prepared to offer you £30,000 if you take on this case.
Never mind, that's what we're
And a
doing.
further £30,000 if you can solve it and bring the true killer to light. Tell me, Mr. Morley, will you accept this case?
£30,000.
I understand your distress.
That's a heavy amount of money. No, I'm
But
just...
before I commit to anything,
I understand that the
I'll
pound
trouble
is
you with a few
English.
questions.
By all means,
Yeah,
Mr. Morley,
you get it. Yeah.
ask whatever you must.
It is still weird, though. I mean, that feels like a lot of money. 1940s. And not even to solve the case. It's 30,000 to take it, and then 30,000 to find the actual killer. Yeah, why now?
A case
20
that's been
years.
cold
You could have
for
hired
20
anybody
years.
else.
You certainly don't make it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What made you decide to seek out a detective now?
For over 2 decades, I've fought tirelessly to have the case reopened, to prove that the real murderer escaped justice. but all in vain. Neither solicitors nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a dark story have managed to uncover anything.
For 30,000
Then
pounds?
one day, I read about your success in solving the case of the Red Shoes killer. Regrettably, I also learned of the unfortunate incident that left you hospitalized with grievous injuries. On the advice of your secretary, Mr.
And now you know I'm
I
desperate.
waited patiently
Is
for your
that it?
recovery. And now, here I am.
I'm definitely getting the sense that she knows that I'm desperate. Yeah, Bloom. I mean,
Tell me
obviously,
about
we gotta
Bloomsbury
ask all the
Manor.
questions.
Do you still reside there?
After Elodie's death, I abandoned the estate. I couldn't bear to remain there, to live within those walls. Even now, when I visit the manor, it still feels as though I can hear her footsteps echoing through the halls, her voice humming that old melody, the delusions of an old woman who has mourned her daughter for far too long, Mr. Morley. No mother should ever have to bury her child. Should you accept the case, Bloomsbury Manor would likely be the best place to begin the investigation.
Makes
I shall
sense.
not impede your work, as I now reside at Bedford Square, in the heart of the city.
The wrong men.
Tell
Any
me about
witnesses
the men
is
the police arrested.
feels like a
Why are
last
you
ditch
so
effort.
certain they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested a pair of violent thieves who were terrorizing the county at the time. Though they swore their innocence in my daughter Elodie's death, their criminal record completely undermined their defense. Seizing the opportunity, the police locked them away for their other crimes, and the case was closed. But what has always struck me as suspicious is that nothing was stolen on the night my Elodie was killed. If those thieves were truly the culprits, why would they murder her and then leave without taking a single piece
Makes
of silver?
sense.
It doesn't add up.
The
Mr.
suspicion
Morley.
makes sense. But what about any
Tell me,
witnesses?
were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty at the time, with only a few servants and a guest who was sleeping in the west wing. I was the only one who might have heard something, as my room was next to hers.
Because you killed her.
Unfortunately, I had taken a sleeping
No.
draught and fell into a deep slumber.
Probably shouldn't accuse anybody.
It is a decision I shall regret for the rest of my days.
Well, I believe I have all the information I need to get started. I accept the case, and will begin the investigation immediately.
Because I need
I'm
money.
pleased to hear that. My butler will bring you the £30,000 tomorrow morning. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to. Once you uncover the culprit, contact me at once, and I shall promptly deliver the remaining £30,000. Please, Mr. Morley, unravel this harrowing mystery that has tormented me for so long.
And if I fail? Question mark. There is a good possibility that I fail. I'm not sure how this game works, but if I can just accuse anybody, we could potentially fail. Shadows from the past. The visit from Countess Margaret Fordside was just what John needed, a case with all the right ingredients to stir his detective's instincts. An unsolved murder from 20 years ago, abandoned by the police and their incompetence, and a generous reward waiting at the end. What more could a man want on his first day back? The journey to Bloomsbury Manor passed without incident, though the rough, neglected road, ravaged by years of rain and wind, made for an uncomfortable ride. He arrived under the cover of night. The place was quiet, like the ruins of an old tomb, forgotten and forsaken. And then that's when I get stabbed. Okay, so 20 years pass. So we gotta think. Who's gonna be around there for 20 years? Will the culprit even be alive? We don't know anything
As I
about a
made my
father
way
figure.
through the dense forest
What if he
path,
murdered his daughter
a haunting silence
for
enveloped the air.
reasons?
It was as though the very night of the crime still lingered here, shrouded in an eerie calm. The manor stood before me, its facade as inscrutable as the shadows that danced in the moonlight. Every step I took felt like a step deeper into the heart of a mystery that refused to be forgotten.
Even though it practically has. Yeah, I'm just trying to get into the mindset of who could we even accuse, you know? 20 years. An insane amount of time. It was the butler with the candlestick. Can I just fall into the water? Also, real dingy house. Hello? Why are all the lights on?
Not a sound. The stillness feels heavy, like it's hiding something.
Those doors just lock? I'm locked inside. Westland Asylum, a place of hope and healing. At Westland Asylum, we believe that the path to recovery begins with compassion. I heard a raven crow, whatever. Understanding and the most advanced techniques of mental health care. Our institution... Wait. This is the 1940s. What are you talking about? 1950s? 1940s? There is no way that they care about the mental health care. Our institution offers a tranquil haven for those seeking respite from the trials in the mind. Yeah, they're over here they're gonna hook you to a bunch of electricity and see what ticks. The 1940s does not have good mental health care. Westland Society of Fine Arts. 15th of February 1923. Your Ladyship, I write to you on behalf on the Westland Society of Fine Arts regarding the exhibition currently on display at our gallery, which features several works by your daughter, Miss Lady Fordside. While we fully appreciate the remarkable talent and artistry evident in her work, it is with great regret that we must inform you of a matter of concern. Several of the Society's patrons, particularly among the more sensitive members of our community, have found Miss Fortside's paintings to be of a highly disturbing nature. We have received numerous complaints, with mothers remarking that the artwork has caused distress to their children and some ladies reporting feelings of unease. There is a growing sentiment that the pieces are unsuitable for public exhibition, particularly in a space frequented by young and impressionable minds. It is with the utmost respect and consideration that we kindly request your ladyship to arrange for the removal of Miss Fortside's paintings from the current display. We understand that this may cause disappointment. We feel it necessary to preserve the decorum and sensibilities of our gallery's visitors. We would be honored to work with you in finding a more appropriate venue to exhibit Miss Fortside's art. Well, at least that's kind of them. They could have just been like, buzz off, you know? Where her unique vision can be appreciated by a more discerning and prepared audience, like at the bottom of a basement. We trust you will understand our position in this delicate matter, and we look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience. With the deepest respect, your faithfully, Sir Arthur Wellesley, Secretary, Westland Society of Fine Arts.
It seems Elodie had a passion for art.
Weird
But her
art.
style wasn't exactly well received.
Is this going to be like a,
From the looks of it.
is this going to be like a Pickman's Gallery situation?
The door's chained up with a padlock. Looks like I'll need to find the key.
If only I knew how to pick locks.
This painting, it's rather grim. There's something deeply unsettling about it. Almost like it carries a shadow of its own.
What if she was disturbed by... Because that's a common thing, right? What if she was disturbed by something she saw? Like as a child. Like if there was a father or a butler that did something,
A blue
and
moon,
her art
fitting for a
displays
place
that.
haunted by its own secrets. Looks like the countess left this for me. It could be useful for
Feels like
getting
a
around
very
the place.
detailed statue. We can now turn the lantern on. Yeah, Isn't this like, they just take like a JPEG? It feels like a JPEG. Like, that is... feels insanely detailed. Though also crunchy around the edges. Let's just keep spinning you around. We'll just put you in the middle. I don't know where you go. Grand Exhibition Sculptures, Lord A. Fordside. December and January at the Crystal Palace, London.
It seems Lord Fordside was a renowned sculptor, though his works were somewhat sinister.
A gargoyle? Follow the trail of green lights to investigate past events. Oh. I was supposed to say, like, what are you talking about? My lady, I would kindly ask that once the midday service is complete, you grant me a few moments of your time in the library. Joanne Merver? Joan Merver, your housekeeper.
So,
I just
the
have to make
housekeeper
funny
left a note for the
pronunciations, you know?
countess, asking her to meet here on the day of the murder. I wonder what truly happened during that encounter. Very well. Let's piece the events together, step by step.
She placed a note. And then did some stuff. It says to follow green lights.
Looks like this is the Fordside family book, showing some of their ancestors.
Move the cursor to the edge of the screen to go back. Oh. I see. Oh. Well, it was weird because it says to the... Yeah, that's what I thought maybe I could interact with something. Oh. I see. Okay, sir... Okay. This is clearly going to lead to some puzzle. Sir Alric's Fordside, 1798... 1873, an astronomer and a romantic who saw in the stars metaphors for his loneliness. In 1942, during a total eclipse, he swore that the diamond ring around the moon was the spirit of his wife Eleanor, who had died giving birth. From that moment on, his telescope never ceased to aim at the sun, seeking to capture that eternal moment. Okay, so we did see a telescope, so it makes me wonder if we're gonna have to, like, rearrange some stuff. Lady Eleanor Fordside, 1942 to 1998. Shrapnel scar on her cheek, hands hardened by the iron and mud of Balaclava. Amid the roar of the Crimean cannons, her silver medical kit, now stained with gunpowder and memory, held not only wounds, but the hidden truth behind a colonel's death. They say she swore to protect that secret, and that the oath still lingers within these walls. That looks like the statue of the guy. Man with a prominent nose and a wandering soul, whose steps traced paths only blank maps once lain. Cartographer Queen Victoria devoted his life to naming the unnameable jungles that swallowed expeditions, rivers that erased borders, and villages whose names only he remembered. His globe, now cracked by time, the salt of 1,000 seas, bears between the meridians the scars of a man who preferred to get lost rather than... Okay, so he probably has to look at the globe. Lady Isolde, I think, is the last one. Isolde Fordside, a pianist with ethereal hands, a drowned heart. After losing her beloved in the wreck of the SS Meridian, her nocturnes became unnamed requiems. Her final composition, Elegy in Blue, rests on the ebony music stand in the library. Its notes sketch waves that never kiss the shore, and it pauses echoes the silence of a ring never given. Okay. So, yeah. I may have accidentally made him look at the right thing. I don't know where the ebony doodad is. I think that's it. Yeah, Elegy in Blue. She has the scar. But I already forget what she needs to look at. So let's look at this stuff
Two
first.
chairs. One of them knocked over.
She is to look at that. Which I'm assuming needs to be one more.
The housekeeper's cup is still here. Tea.
She was
spilled
drinking
off the table.
ink.
She never got to drink.
It looks very dark for tea.
Looks like someone arranged tea in the library that day. Lipstick stains. Same shade the countess wore when she visited my office.
You're telling me that in 20 years nobody cleaned this up? Like the moment the murder happened, they were like, okay, we're out. Don't touch anything.
An empty envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the countess a letter? It seems they met here. But something went wrong during the conversation.
There
I
was
am very angry.
murder.
After all these years of service, this is how you repay me? Walking away like this?
I'm sorry, madam, but the situation has become unbearable. My bags are already packed.
So, some discourse. The usual. Another creepy painting.
Another painting by Elodie. There's something deeply disturbing about her work.
I mean, it's kind of weird, but it could be
The
worse.
lock has been concealed. But this door must open by some other means. The Fordside family crest. A rampant dragon. A time-honoured symbol across European heraldry. Particularly among the English and the Welsh.
Yeah, don't the Welsh have a dragon as their flag? The coolest flag. Okay, he has to look all the way to the right, I believe. That's where his... What is her thing? Whoops. Very easy to... shrapnel scar on her cheek, hands hardened by the iron mud of balaclava amid the roar of the crimson cannons. Her silver medical kit, now stained with gunpowder and memory. Okay, a medical kit. Did I see a medical kit? Where the heck is her medical kit? Is this it? No, those are her bags.
The countess threw the housekeeper out in a fit of rage. In her haste, the housekeeper forgot one of her bags. What was it that unsettled the housekeeper enough to abandon her post so suddenly?
Oh, is that it? I think so. Let me just scooch the statue around. I guess, to be fair, this is the last one, so something would happen eventually if I just scooch the statue around. Such as... I'm in the Resident Evil Manor. Also, my... There we go. My, Oh, another creepy photo. I can't talk about this one, though. This one looks really creepy. Like, out of the three that we've seen, unless I missed one, that one looks the weirdest. Like somebody burning alive. Oh my god, these are the worst photos of them all.
Study for the countess.
Well, I don't want to take the key yet. We need to, ruffle among the things.
Lord Fordside was undoubtedly a man of the world.
British passport.
An old pocket watch. It probably belonged to Lord Fordside.
We could always take,
Lady Margaret's
steal
husband.
it. Just in case she doesn't pay the 30,000.
Lady Margaret and a young woman. I suppose it's Elodie.
Who could this young woman be?
Look happy. It was undoubtedly a better time.
Well, one looks kind of happy. Well, actually, they both look very just complacent. Just, ugh. They don't want to be there. Lady Margaret Fordside, I am writing to you as the attending physician of Ward 2 to provide an update on your daughter Eleanor's progress. I thought she died. It is with great pleasure that I report her notable improvement. Oh, there was an asylum thing. Was she mentally disturbed, quote unquote? It does say psychiatric Westland Asylum, so yeah. With great pleasure that I report her notable improvement. Elodie now confides that she no longer experiences dark thoughts. Most importantly, the nightmares have subsided. She has begun to communicate more amicably with her fellow patients, a crucial step in her recovery. Elodie has also asked me to relay a request. She would like you to bring her amber necklace when you visit this Sunday. We'll continue to keep you informed of her progress. Respectfully, Dr. Mulder, Chief Psychiatric Westland Asylum.
Elodie was committed to a psychiatric facility, but she supposedly recovered from whatever ailed her.
So the question is,
Looks like
when
the
did
keys
those
to
photos
the
get painted?
Could be my way into the heart of the house. Lady Fordside, still seething, burned something in the fireplace.
What could it be? It was a paper. My lady, I have reached a decision, though it weighs heavily upon my heart, to sever the ties that had long bound me to this household since the reign of King William the Fourth? I'm terrible at Roman numerals. I believe it's fourth. My family has served Bloomsbury with the unwavering loyalty and steadfastness marked by discretion and a faithful execution of our duties. However, there are limits to all things, and of late, this house has been frequented by certain individuals whose presence is wholly at odds with the principles to which my lineage is so devoted. It is no coincidence that our family motto is Oblatus, significantly something offered or consecrated. We are vassals of an ideal, the custodians of the most deep-rooted traditions and the bastions of the eternal values of our nation. This house has forsaken all of this, and you will know the reasons why. Please do not concern yourself. I, too, understand why you have allowed this. Rest assured, do not judge you harshly, just as I hope you will understand my reasons and as my family says, Falsta. Best wishes, Joan Merver, housekeeper of Blue. Okay, so this is the reason why. It's kind of just doing the whole, like, hey, I know you have a secret. I'm assuming. There are limits to things of the late. This house has been frequented by certain individuals whose presence is wholly at odds with the principles to which my lineage is so devoted. Family motto is Oblatus, significantly something offered or consecrated. We are vassals of an ideal, the custodians of the deep-rooted traditions and bastions of the eternal values of our nation. This house has forsaken all this. So yeah,
the housekeeper resigned.
clearly something happened.
Seems something, or someone, troubled her greatly. Enough to break the long-standing family tradition tying her to this place.
I think it's still safe to say there's some sketchy stuff happening amongst the family. But I have the key, which means we can step further in. And I can commit more crime by breaking and entering. Honestly, she could just get me, right? She could just say that I didn't have the right to be here. An enormous tree in the heart of the mansion. This place is no ordinary house. I'm also stuck. This is odd. Oh, there we go. I don't know what was happening there. I was like stuck in the door. Okay. Here lies
Elodie. Rest eternally, beloved daughter, beneath the tree that once watched you grow. So this is where Elodie is buried.
If only we knew what killed her, right? We're gonna have to dig up the body. If we knew what killed her, theoretically...
This door is locked as well. If the countess wanted me to investigate, why didn't she leave the doors open?
Exactly. I feel like this is all just a huge setup, right? Like... I mean, the front door was locked. Why is he asking that now? Wait a minute. Why are these doors not unlocked? The front door was locked.
Layers of
I guess
dried
not the
oil
front
paint,
door, but
left untouched for 20 years. It's as if time
entry door?
stopped the moment Elodie laid down her brush. Feels like the room's holding its breath, waiting for something to stir. The grand ship on the open sea. Looks like the last painting Elodie was working on was of a ship at sea. The whole gallery is filled with maritime references. She seemed quite obsessed with it.
All of a sudden, it seems.
A man with his back turned, watching a ship go down.
So, if I had to put these in chronological order, the ones on the walls are probably the ones before she went to the asylum.
Looks like some sort of clue.
Trace the tree's journey from birth to decay. Follow the path.
Tree's journey from birth to decay.
Apologies.
Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as art lights your way.
Trace the tree's journey from birth to decay. Follow the path of the artist in a thoughtful display. So are we going to arrange them in order? Arrange the 4 stages and the door will obey. Unlock the path ahead as arts light your way. Never mind, I have a key. Screw you and your puzzle. That would be pretty funny. My lady, I must confess, never before has anyone requested something of this nature from me. I believe I am capable of the task, but I must inform you that I will require a significant sum. Certain parts will need to be specifically crafted in the city. I must first commission the necessary plans. What you are asking for is a piece of intricate engineering, but rest assured, there will be no more ingenious way to restrict access to certain areas of the house. Okay, so this is basically explaining why this place is a fun house. If it pleases you, I propose to delineate the spaces as follows. Area A, private quarters. Area B, guest quarters. Area C, kitchen and servants' quarters. I've provided a sample mechanism for Area C adhering to the original concept. I would greatly appreciate a prompt response so that I may proceed with ordering the remaining mechanisms. Thomas Blacksmith.
Lady Margaret took special care to secure the house, restricting access to certain areas.
Speaking of restricting access, I am locked.
The sinking of a ship.
So, yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's just him without the ship. So it's the ship's at sea, the ship is sinking, man gets away, the man is, or no. It's ship's out at sea, ship gets attacked by weather. I can't remember what this one is. This one also looks like it's sinking. Both are sinking. I mean, we're kind of jumping the gun. I have no idea what this pertains to. Yet. Unless... Ooh, I have a sneaking suspicion. I have to. I have a key, though. How do I... Is there a way to look at my inventory? I seem to be stuck again. Was I stuck on the tree? Why did I pause? To be fair, this is a bit of an early access. There might be a day 1 update. There we go. Yeah, we need numbers. So we have to go in order first.
A young woman screaming in the middle of the darkness.
That's definitely a very disturbing painting. This is just all of her disturbing paintings. I'm assuming. They look like it. Oh. Well, that's...
Some of these paintings
The
are really dark and sinister.
tree. Yeah, that's the tree, but I didn't mean to tilt that just yet.
This looks like Elodie's diary. Let's see what her last entries reveal.
I'm absolutely over the moon. Walter has written to say he is coming. I met him at the Western Sanatorium, and we have grown so very close.
That's concerning.
He was there recovering from the trauma of a shipwreck, where he tragically lost his companions. By sheer luck, he was rescued, but not before spending an entire year on an island living amongst the natives. He truly is an adventurer.
Well, that explains the fascination for the water. Are you gonna keep talking? Should I go?
I'm so happy. Walter has finally arrived. I must admit.
Maybe Walter
I'm
killed? I mean,
utterly
Walter probably killed her, right?
Captivated by him. I invited him to visit, and he gave me his word he wouldn't fail to come as soon as he was able to leave. And now he's finally here. I can scarcely contain my joy. It feels as though all the darkness has faded away.
I guess that was the last entry.
They looked so in love. So happy. I wonder what became of Walter after Elodie died.
The green light in the window. There's not a green light behind me. Yeah. Does that not raise my detective suspicions? That Walter just disappeared? Okay, well there's the other tree. Just don't know if that's the tree. Or is it dying? I'm gonna move it. Just cuz. It looks like a big tree. It looks like a dead tree. I think that is correct. So first, let's check out the stuff.
Seaman's yearbook, listing ships and their crews. It's open to the pages under S.
Damn it, it's not here. It's simply not here.
Walter Brandon, Stella Maris Vessel.
This must be the Countess's handwriting. What was she searching for? Those poor souls. Tragedy
Lord
seems to have
Fordside
cast a
disappears
long
under
shadow
mysterious
over this family.
circumstances. It's still looking incredibly suspicious for Lady Fordside and Walter, because she seemed to be looking for something, though I don't know why you would write that in a bookmark. Seems like a terrible idea.
A boarded up door. The access to the servants' quarters appears to be blocked for some reason. Something definitely happened here. Was it a struggle?
No, it just naturally looks like a
It
crime
looks like
scene.
this vase was shattered. Not just dropped, but smashed with intent. These broken chairs. Someone must have hurled them to the ground with great force.
And then there's the crowbar,
Some of these tools have been bent, likely trampled over.
a missing
A
knife.
silver knife is missing, and it's nowhere to be found. Likely taken by the same person who caused all this destruction.
A fancy crowbar. Is that a ghost? It definitely looks like a creepy ghost outline. But there's nothing I can do about it. Well, we're breaking this down.
Looks like the crowbar is broken.
That's a weak crowbar.
Lady Margaret, after the death of her daughter, dismissed the staff and left the mansion.
Makes sense. With this gesture, your services shall come to an end. I don't like everything about that. Just seems really weird. To just up and abandon
A good
your
way
home.
to motivate the staff.
I mean, obviously it's a tragic event, but like I don't know. It just seems odd.
No doubt. This is the cook's room.
Due to all the cookery and such. It seems a little on the nose that the cook is just like, I love posters of food. And I put recipes on my
The
closet.
backgammon board. One of the oldest board games.
Whose room is this? Whoa.
A doll pierced with an awl. A warning?
That's definitely very odd to
The
see.
young maid was an avid fan of actor Valentin Rudolph. What a collection of posters from his films.
The maid seems to have a problem with, I'm assuming, Elodie. Dear mother, I wish I could tell you all that is well and that I am happy here at the countess's household. Miss Muir, the housekeeper, takes good care of me. Lady Margaret sees no one but her daughter. According to Miss Muir, she fears some kind of relapse and manner is falling apart day by day. But the worst of it, mother, is that man, that dark? He lurks in the shadowy corners of the house when I am cleaning and carrying out my tasks and throws himself at me. He is incredibly strong. His great hand sees me and I feel completely helpless. At night, I'm afraid to go to the lavatory. Blah, blah, blah. I cannot speak. Blah, 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 blah. There, in the dim solitude, I feel watched by something wicked, and a deep spectral breathing leaves me frozen with fear. Only Miss Muir has listened to me, believes she too understands that the man is a great danger, and one will sooner or later bring about a tragedy. She and I are exhausted. Yours affectionately. Okay, now they're really trying to drive home that it's, I'm assuming, Walter, unless there is another man. Which, if that's the case, if it is Walter, that would be really disappointing that they're just driving it home so early.
What a dreadful spread. And what a chilling omen it revealed. Evil approaches. It will bring death.
I cannot
Lay
zoom.
ruin to the house and all who dwell
I
within.
seek the cards, and I cannot zoom. Area B, 3-4... I should probably write that down. Because I will not remember. 3, 4, 9, 8, 2. Area A is like 2-5 something something. Be funny if there was a card just right next to it that also had Area A's code. But I think that is everything down there. But she was worried specifically about something here. Okay, well, there is breathing. Is the breathing gone? No. Hey, buddy, usually you want to walk away.
A pair of blood-stained scissors stuck in the sink basin. Deeply unsettling.
Okay, well, it's starting to lean further into the fact that this is Walter, but we don't know for sure. But the fact that I'm hearing pretty heavy breathing, it sounds like a man's breathing. I would assume it's Walter.
Is there someone else in the house?
Was it the breathing that gave that away?
Who the devil is that man? He had a knife. I'm completely in the dark here. I don't think he saw me.
Okay, well, that was strange. I thought I had to run there for a minute. Okay. Now I'm really confused because surely that couldn't be the same person. What was that sound, though? Huh. Well, anywho, let's see. I don't know which area A. Well, it was area B, wasn't it? Let's see. I wrote it down. We had 3. Whoops. It's like 3, 4, 9, 8, 2. Yeah, I heard, like, breaking glass, but I have no idea what glass the guy would have broke. But it was a man. It looked like a man. I guess maybe there's some sort of, you know, trickery here. Maybe it's a teamwork thing. The housekeeper working together with Walter. Oh. I thought the game was loading. I was just standing here in the dark. Well,
another boarded up door. The question is, was it sealed before the murder? And why?
Also, my really crappy crowbar broke. Walter Brandon's room. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna get some information. One way or another.
Of a ship, unmistakably in Elodie's style.
It's dark and spooky. Is that something on the headboard? Almost like a blood smear. I can't do anything about it.
The diary of Walter Brandon. Perhaps it holds some clues about who he was.
Spill the beans, Walter.
Case might be.
Well, it's not looking great. There's a candlestick.
I am terrified that man has found me. I fear something dreadful is about to happen.
Oh.
Tonight as I awoke, I saw him, standing at the foot of my bed. I could not make out his face, but his knife. The gleam of its blade shone in the darkness. I sprang up suddenly, determined to confront this stranger. Grabbing the heavy candlestick from the nightstand, I hurled it with all my strength. He vanished into the dark.
Okay, Walter is... Oh, something cut off. That's something like, what on earth? Spooky handprint. I don't know if there's more to the journal, or if something glitched out.
Coming here was a grave mistake. He has followed me, watching and lurking in dark corners, waiting to surprise me. I dare not tell Elodie. She would think the one thing I dread most for her to believe. I see him again from the window, watching me. His long hair and beard obscure his face, and he still holds that knife. He means to kill me.
Okay, but the person that is believing this, that we're reading of a journal, was also in a hospital, mental hospital.
I am losing my faculties. It is best I return to the ship. Everyone seems to be conspiring against me. The housekeeper despises me, accusing me of misconduct. Perhaps I'm not a man of refinement, but I know what respect is. Yet this morning, as I awoke from my rest, she was enraged with me. It was of no use to tell her I had slept peacefully. An external maid who comes to clean was crying and accusing me of having approached her in an unseemly manner. I would never do such a thing. I am a sailor, a man of the world. I know how to conduct myself.
What if he has like a split personality?
The last entry in the diary, dated the very night of the murder.
Which doesn't look great.
My beloved Elodie, why can you not believe this poor sailor who only wishes to love you? I have left everything behind. My ship, the sea, all my world, just to be by your side as you asked me to. Damn it. I can hear the man with the knife coming up the stairs from the hall. I need to hide.
Walter was terrified. What in the devil was happening here? It seems this trunk was all Walter owned. I should take a look at it.
But first,
A model ship. Mr. Brandon must have felt a deep yearning for the sea.
something is going on with the front of that ship.
A compass and a sextant. Tools of a sailor. An empty bottle. It smells.
Yeah, he has
good
2
rum.
bottles of rum. I think the guy has a split personality. I think he went, of course, he probably went a little insane due to isolation. So it would make sense that maybe he has split personality. We have a key.
Looks like the key to the back garden. I better head back to the staircase gallery. Pretty sure I saw a door to the outside there. A photograph of Elodie. No doubt Walter cared for her deeply.
And the only one so far, the only people that have really mentioned
Seems I'm not the only
this
one
knife
on this,
individual is Walter. Walter is the only one that's mentioned. There's a broken mirror. Yeah. There's a broken mirror. He saw somebody at the foot of his bed. There's a mirror at the foot of his bed. I either am a genius, or this game's gonna pull the world's cruelest twist, because, I mean, it just feels like it's summing up to the fact that Walter has a split personality. He saw somebody at the end of his bed. He stood up, looked at the mirror, and he saw a man that he didn't want to see. You know, the man that was trapped on the island. Probably did horrible things. And then I'm assuming this is the same way. Kind of a reflection. He saw himself. So he thought somebody was looking in, when in fact it was just the crazed man. But it's hard to say for sure. It's hard to say exactly. But I think I'm going to open this. Whoa. 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 Okay. So we're at the back garden, and it looked like it's saved. I think this is a good ending spot for now, for part 1, hopefully, if everybody enjoyed, because the game comes out as the day of this recording, and I don't want to just blast through the entire thing right off the bat. I'd be curious to hear people's opinions and thoughts on the game. There were a few hiccups and bumps. I mean, some loading, obviously, is something that I think people have seen, along with me getting stuck. But overall, the gameplay, I mean, it seems really interesting. The story seems interesting. I'm always a sucker for a good, like, detective game that isn't just tacking on, like, other dumb mechanics. It's nice to just have a game that's story-based and just a mystery. The only disappointing thing that I'm seeing is potentially the fact that it seems pretty straightforward. It doesn't really feel like there's much that I have to do. I just have to kind of follow the line. I'm hoping maybe things kind of open up, but who knows? Either, all in all, though, the game is still very enjoyable. I'm enjoying it so far. And, of course, thanks again for Indigo Studios for giving me an early access key. That way I can make this video and post it on the day of the release. Hopefully you guys all enjoy the release. There'll be a link down in the description below where you can pick up this game for yourself. And, of course, if you want to support this channel, feel free to like the video if you enjoyed. Especially if you want to see a part 2. It's nice to kind of see how many people are actually interested in these kinds of games and whatnot. Of course, you can always hype the video, kind of boost it around, share it around. All the support helps. And of course, subscribing, above all, helps the channel the most. It lets you keep up to date on what I'm releasing and when it's released, and it lets everyone just get the information a lot quicker. Hopefully, though, everyone's enjoyed, and hopefully, I see you all in the next video. See you then.